Hey everyone, and welcome back to my monthly horror roundup, where I list off every horror movie coming out in the month of July, quickly tell you what they're about, and where you can watch them. First, on July 2nd, the Etheria Film Festival, a festival featuring horror, science fiction, and fantasy films directed by women, can be viewed on Shudder's streaming service. On July 4th, Bad Girl Bogey comes to VOD. This is about a cursed parasitic mask that infects whoever wears it and forces them to commit a series of killings. On July 7th, Insidious the Red Door, aka Insidious 5, releases in theaters. This final installment is directed by franchise leading man Patrick Wilson, and it once again stars the Lambert family from the original, who hope to put their demons to rest when they come face to face with what lurks behind the Red Door. Also on July 7th, Tearsucker arrives on VOD. The synopsis is: emotionally vulnerable women are preyed upon by a charming psychopath who wants to suck their tears. 4 days later, on July 11th, The Breach releases on VOD. Counting down his last days as police chief in a small town, John Hawkins must investigate one last case when a mangled body with uncanny wounds washes up on shore. As well on July 11th, God is a Bullet releases on VOD. This stars Micah Monroe, Jamie Foxx, and Nicholas Coster-Waldau. Its story is, when a detective's wife is murdered and his daughter is kidnapped by a cult, he quits the force, transforms his image, and joins the cult to hunt down its charismatic leader and reunite with his daughter. The same day, on July 11th, Cocaine Shark will be available to rent or buy. This is an obvious parody of the popular Cocaine Bear, and it has an equally simple premise. There is a shark, it does cocaine, and it kills people. 3 days after that, on July 14th, another killer animal movie comes out, As the Flood releases on VOD. This follows a daring jailbreak during a Louisiana hurricane that is interrupted by a horde of large, hungry alligators. On July 19th, What the Water Leaves Behind Scars can be rented or purchased. This film follows an indie rock band who end up stranded in a foreign city where they uncover a bloody hell that awaits them. 2 days after that, Cobweb comes to theaters. This is from Samuel Bodine, the director of Marianne, and stars Anthony Starr, better known as Homelander. Cobweb is about an 8-year-old who is plagued by a mysterious, constant tapping from inside his bedroom wall. A tapping his parents insist is all in his imagination. As well on July 21st, Half-Sisters can be seen on VOD. During a storm, two half-sisters who bitterly hate each other become trapped in a farmhouse and are attacked by a couple of murderous intruders who hope to steal the two sisters' $1 million inheritance. Also on July 21st, Natty Knox will be on VOD. This film follows a small-town babysitter and the kids she is looking after as they struggle to survive a serial killer on Halloween Eve. A fourth film comes out on July 21st, and that is Mother May I. Mother May I follows Emmett, who must confront his deepest trauma when his fiancée Anya becomes possessed and starts behaving just like her recently deceased mother. On July 28th, Sympathy for the Devil releases. Sympathy stars Nicolas Cage, and its synopsis is, after being forced to drive a mysterious passenger at gunpoint, a man finds himself in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. As well on July 28th, Talk to Me comes to theaters. This is an A24 film, and it follows a group of friends trying to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand. Last on our list, also on July 28th, and also in theaters, Haunted Mansion releases. Haunted Mansion, which is of course based on the popular Disney World ride, appears to be more comedy than horror. And it is about a single mom who hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest, and a historian to help her exorcise her newly bought mansion after discovering it is inhabited by ghosts. Of all the movies I just listed, my pick for my most anticipated horror movie for the month of July is Insidious 5. As interested as I am in some of the other films, the pick just had to be Insidious. Insidious is such a big franchise for me personally. The original was the very first film I ever watched back in grade 7. I didn't love number 3 and especially number 4, though I am optimistic bringing the original family back will bring back the same magic of 1 and 2. I am a huge fan of Patrick Wilson as an actor. I am so excited to see what he brings behind the camera. I'm just excited overall to see how they wrap up the franchise and give this highly influential horror series its proper ending. With all that said, I will admit this month's selection was surprisingly hard. Talk to Me looks absolutely terrifying from its trailer. I have heard great early buzz about it, and typically A24 horror just never misses. As well, Cobweb is going to be awesome. I read this movie's script a few years ago, and I know this is going to go in some really dark directions. Cobweb could easily be the scariest movie of the summer. Alright, and those are the new horror movies coming out this July. In the comments down below, please tell me what your most anticipated movie for the month is. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Horror Flicks with Nick. Twice a week I post horror reviews, commentaries, and short recommendations for horror movies you should watch on Netflix and other streaming services. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all back for August.